In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the audio control switch that's on the back side of the steering wheel on this Dodge Grand Caravan. Let's get started. With a pocket screwdriver or anything that you have that'll get in here, pop out the outer piece or the outer buttons of this button assembly, just like this. Now if you look further in right here, you'll see a T20 Torx bolt. Remove that with your socket and ratchet or bit driver, whatever you have. If you need to move the steering wheel up and down to have space, do that. All right, pull this screw out. Now you can pull this switch out carefully. Keep in mind, as you move this airbag pad around, the horn might honk. Be gentle with this. There is a wiring harness attached on the back side. Once you pull this off, that's that wiring harness I was talking about. If you flip it, you should be able to press on the connector and just unplug it, set that aside. Now the wiring that we're after is right back there. You can see it move. So I'm going to pop it off of its retainer by pulling that piece back. Very carefully pop this harness out of here, just like so. And now you should be able to have enough slack in this wire to unplug it. Now, if you can't get it this way, the only other way to get to it is by removing the steering wheel completely. And I would rather do it this way than remove the steering wheel. Try to spin this around so you can see that locking tab for the connector. Press it, push that back, and you should be able to separate this. There we go. Of course, try not to lose that part inside the steering wheel. And here's the switch. Now get your new switch and put that wiring harness right through the opening on the back side of the steering wheel. And we'll have to grab that harness. I'm going to take a small pick and carefully go right in between these two wires. And I'm hoping that what that's going to do is it's going to allow me to hold this. There we go. That clicked. All right, I'm going to let go of this. Now we have to bring the connector on the back side of this piece here. Basically it was resting inside of a little slot on this back cover. Just like that. Before we move to the back side, let's plug in this front switch. Make sure this clicks in here. It didn't click loud, but I did feel it. And then tuck the switch underneath the airbag pad. That hole right there, that needs to line up with this center tab, and then these slide into a couple slots. There. Has to line up exactly like this with the outside of the steering wheel. If it doesn't, well, you won't really be able to fasten it in properly. Now clip this in. Make sure you don't put it on upside down, because then it won't work like you're used to. It'll basically work backwards. There we go. And finally, let's put in this T20 Torx screw that secures the front switch in. Start it into the hole, take your tool, and tighten it up. Now it's just threading into plastic and it's very small, so don't make it extremely tight, just nice and snug. That's bottomed out. Just going to give it a little extra, and that's it. Make sure everything else is secured in place, and there you have it.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.